ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवतसेवया भगवत्युत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयति गिरिं यत्कृपातं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं। परमानन्दमाधव श्रीचैतन्य ईश्वर हरिः ओं तत्सत्। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। वासुदेवासुते देवं कंसचानूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरु। So I welcome you all for this Bhagavad Gita as it is English session, chapter 1, sloka number 24-25. So after a long time again we are starting this session in English. So just recap what we have discussed in our earlier classes. This 24 and 25, and we see 23, 21, 22, 23. As we seen, Krishna was addressed as Rishikesha and also Achyuta. Achyuta means one who never falls. Rishikesha means master of senses. And we also have seen the sloka which is mentioned and quoted in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Krishna buliya jiva bhoga vansha kare ashate maya tare japatiya dare. Means when the jiva is under the spell of maya, he completely forgets Krishna. That's how we get the repeated birth. That's how we get trapped in birth and death cycle. And also we have seen that Krishna is the Bhoktaram. He is the enjoyer of everyone. He is Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. He is Ishvara. He is the controller of all the planets, all the universes. And he is friend of all these fallen souls. So in the earlier classes we have seen about all these things. And also we have seen how Krishna is a Purusha. Purushottama is also called Purushottama, who is Uttama in among all the Purushas. There is no Purusha in any universe except Krishna, and all the entire remaining Krishna, apart from Krishna, remaining the entire living entities and the material world is called Prakriti. It's called material nature. So and also we have seen the qualities of a sadhu: titiksava, karunika, suhruda, sarvabhutanam, ajata shatru, shanta, sadhu, bhutanam. We have seen the qualities of a sadhu, how a sadhu should be very merciful, should be very compassionate, he should be friendly to all living entities, and he should not have a mood or intention that others are his shatru or enemies. He should be ajata shatru. There should be no enemy to him, like he used to Maharaj. So now, without wasting time, we will dive into the today's sloka 24 and 25, the verse number 24 and 25. So I'll recite the sloka. Sanjaya vacha evam mukto rishikesho gudakeshena varata senayorubayor madhye stapayitva ratottamam. Translation, purport given by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada ki jai. Sanjaya said, O descendant of Bharata, having thus been addressed by Arjuna, Lord Krishna drew up the fine chariot in the midst of the armies of both parties. And sloka number 25, Bhishma Drona Pramukata Sarvesham cha Mahishitam Vacha Partha Pashyadan Samavetan Kurunti. In the presence of Bhishma, Drona and all other chieftains of the world, the Lord said, just behold Partha, all the Kurus assembled here. So, in this Om Agnana Timirandasya Gyananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So one should always recite all these Mangala Sarana and prayers to Krishna and his devotees. So that's the system of Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya. So now we can see that Krishna is, Arjuna is addressed as Gudakesha. Gudakesha means one who has conquered. Guda means sleep. One who has conquered the sleep, and one who has conquered the ignorance. That means he is the master of senses. So that means he has conquered all the material senses. That means he is called also Goswami. Goswami means Go means senses. Swami means master. So he can direct the senses, but we, the conditioned souls, we cannot direct the senses. We are Godasas. Whatever the senses says, we immediately will become subservient to the senses. So here the Arjuna is addressed as Kurakesa, means the master of, one who has conquered the sleep and one who has also conquered the ignorance. So Arjuna has conquered both. Because why? Why? The main reason, the success behind this is because he is very, very friendly to Krishna. Bhaktosmi Sakasimi. Only a devotee and friend can only conquer this. Not ordinary people like us, we cannot conquer sleep or ignorance. Because Arjuna, he could not forget Krishna even a moment. Even in sleep, while walking, while doing whatever activities, whatever action, he will be always remembering Krishna. Ma Manmana Bhav Madbhakto Majaji Mam Namaskar. That four devotional formulas, 4 steps of devotional formula. He is always following that. So the Lord can never be free thinking of Krishna's name, form. That means the devotee of the Lord, he can never pause a second or a moment without remembering Krishna. He always chants the holy name, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Or he will be always beholding the beautiful, divine Vrajendranandana form, or Dwarkadish form, or Jagannath form. He will be always remembering this. And a devotee will always hear about his qualities and pastimes. That is the unalloyed devotion of a devotee. The devotee can conquer both sleep and ignorance simply by thinking of Krishna constantly. There is no hard rules in this devotional service. You have to just simply remember Krishna, simply chant his holy names. So this is called Krishna consciousness or Samadhi stage. So you know that here it is mentioned Sanjaya Vada, because Sanjaya is a secretary of Dhritarashtra, and is fully related to the warfare activities what going on in Kurukshetra, because he has some machine. Nowadays we have TV and we have so many gadgets, video call and so many gadgets has come now. So whatever is going on in distance place, in thousands of kilometers, just we can see in a small mobile or small Android phone. We can watch or we can speak, we can do whatever we want. But those times we were not having all those things during, I mean to say 5,000 years before. So Sanjaya must be having some machine, some medium to visualize the things happening in Kurukshetra, and he was relaying everything to Dhritarashtra. So Sanjaya was having a TV. So those time TV is called Divyagnan. So he was having that powerful verdict, powerful boon or benediction from his spiritual master Vyasadev. So he had that benediction that Divyagnan, he can see whatever the things happen in a distant place, wherever it is, he can just watch and he can just visualize and he can tell others. That was the benedictions Sanjaya was having. So science has improved a lot now, but the more we advance in science materially, so there will be a lot of confusions, chaos, and if something is lost, the whole thing will become mess. Like if we don't have a charger, we cannot charge. We cannot use Android phones or any electronic instruments. If we don't have battery inside, we cannot do it. There is no other alternative. But those days it was not like that. The great devotees like Krishna and Vyasadeva, like Sanjaya were having the Divyagnan. They can the great sages, they were having that powerful instrument called meditation. So they used to meditate and they used to watch the things. So in the material world there are two bodies, gross body and subtle body. This is very, very important things to be known. Please watch carefully and hear carefully. There are two bodies are there, material world and material body and gross body. Material body is Bhumi, Rapo, Anala, Vayu. Bhumi, Rapo, Anala, Vayu means earth, water, fire, air, ether. The whole material world is made up of these 5 elements. And the subtle body is mind, ego, intelligence. So through mind, and above the mind is, that is called subtle body. Even ourselves also, we are made up of these Panchabhutas, earth, water, fire, air, ether. And the subtle body is mind, ego and intelligence. The subtle matter is not discovered about the grass matter and the subtle matter. The grass matter is made up of these 5 elements, and the subtle matter is made up of these 3 elements: earth, water, fire. Mind, false ego, and intelligence. So the scientists are very proud of their material advancement, but there is a spiritual identity. They don't know about this. They are not aware of this. There is a spiritual identity. Above subtle matter, there is a spiritual identity. And above that mind, there is another director called intelligence. And above the director intelligence is Atma, the soul, the spiritual spark. And above the spiritual spark, there is Paramatma. So, first we can say like this. Above senses, there is mind, and above the mind, there is a director called intelligence, and above intelligence, there is a director called soul, and above the soul, there is a super director, superior director, supreme engineer, that is Paramatma, that is Krishna. He is here and he is in Golok also. That is why in Brahma Samhita it is explained by Brahma, Goloka namni nijadamni tatescha tasya devi mahesha haridama teshu teve prabhava nischaya vihidasya yena. So here it is beautifully explained by Brahma. Goloka namni nijadamni teshu devi mahesha haridama teshu teve ye prabhava nischayata Vihitascha Yena Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. So now we are constructing a beautiful temple in Mayapur. It is near Kolkata, around 200 or 300 kilometers. It is called Mayapur. There the devotees of the disciples of Prabhupada and other devotees, they are constructing a very huge miracle, amazing temple called a TOVP, Temple of Vedic Planetarium. There it is. There in that temple, it is explained how the planetary systems are made, and how big is the material universe, and how big is the universes. All these things are explained in this TOVP, Temple of Vedic Planetarium. That is in another sloka, Brahma has explained, Pantastu Koti Satavatsara Sampragamyo Vayo Ratapi Manaso Munipunga Venam Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. So the mind is so speed, it is so fast, it can travel thousands and thousands of kilometers speed rather than any other things. So, because after finishing of the matter, like the present day modern scientists, they can fly in the planes, or they can use Sputnik and other things to go to the different planets. But they must also know, and they must also study. Many people, they neglect Srimad Bhagavatam. What is there in Srimad Bhagavatam? What is there in Shastras? Because Shastra is like mother. Shastra is like mother. Only a mother can show who is the father. So if one cannot understand the Shastras, a Shastra Vidim, then he is not believing his own mother. He is not having faith on his own mother. So rather than understanding about rituals and other things, one should know how this planetary system are existing, and how these universes are existing, and how these things are managed and maintained and engineered by Supreme Personality of Godhead. That one should know, and how we are put up in this particular place, how we are located in this place. So that should be known, that should be aware. That is why Krishna is called Rishikesha, and is also called as Achyuta. So now I will tell you how the planetary systems are explained in 5th canto, Srimad Bhagavatam 5th canto. Beautifully it is explained by Vyasadeva, and it is recited by Sukamuni and heard by Parikshit Maharaj. So there are so many things an ordinary layman or mundane man who has done his PhDs, doctorates, they should, even those people, I think, only if they are in touch with the devotees or in touch with the Shastras as it is, they can only understand all these things. Just holding so many material degrees or material qualifications, one cannot understand these planetary systems or universes, and how this material world is governed and engineered by Supreme Personality of Godhead. So one should understand all these things. One should read Srimad Bhagavatam. One person cannot deny that what is Srimad Bhagavatam. First you should know those basic things. No, one should understand all these things. Then only we can know how these planetary systems are put up and set up by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Because each universe has got so many planets. Each universe has got so many planets. And like this, there are so many innumerable universes are there. Innumerable universes. It is beautifully explained by Brahma in Brahma Samhita. Jagadanda Koti Yasya Prabhavato Jagado Jagadanda Koti Kotishu Asesa Vasudati Binnam. So here, why it is called Brahmanda? No, so many people use this word Brahmanda. Why it is called Brahmanda? Brahmanda means each universe is controlled by Brahma. That is why it is called Brahmanda. And in every universe there are so many Brahmas, and so many Vishnus, so many Shivas, so many suns. Each universe has got one sun. Like that there are so many universes, there are so many Vishnus, Shivas, Suryas. And this is mind, and this is called Mahat Tattva. It is called Brahmanda because it is controlled by millions of Brahmas, Shivas, Vishnu suns. And this is only 1/4 of this spiritual world. Ekosmin sthito jagat. In Bhagavad Gita it is said. This is only material creation. What I am telling is only material creation. That is only a 1/4 creation of the God. Just a 1/4. Just imagine, see, in one universe there are 14 planetary systems are there. And each and every planet is maintained by each and every planet, like Atala, Sutala, Patala, Atala, Sutala, Rasatala, Talatala, Mahatala, Sutala, Vitala. These are the lower planetary systems. And the middle planetary system is Earthly planet. And the topmost planetary system in the material world is Satyaloka, that is Brahmaloka. That is called Brahmaloka. And Brahmaloka is also called Satyaloka, and Satya, Jana, Janaloka, Mahaloka. So there are so many lokas over and above the earthly planet, and below the earthly planet there are 7 planets, and below the earthly over and above the earthly planet there are 6 planets. Totally 14 planetary systems are there like this. If you are happen to see Srimad Bhagavatam first canto as it is by Srila Prabhupada, then you can see that picture is there. So all these planetary systems are maintained by Brahma, and this great director and controller of Brahma is controlled by Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna. And Krishna, Indra, Varuna, all these demigods, 33 crores of demigods are all controlled by Supreme Personality of Godhead. Only you have to read the scriptures, you have to read the Shastras. Otherwise you can think just I am bluffing everything. Just because we are the followers of Krishna, we were praising or glorifying Krishna. No, not like that. It is clearly explained in all the Shastras, in all the Puranas. In whatever the Shastras, whatever the Puranas, if you refer it is clearly mentioned. Yashaika nivasasta atavalambya jivanti loma jagadandanata. So this Krishna is Jagadandanata, is the chief of all the whole Jagat. So this is only a material creation. What I am saying is like this. There are so many universes are there. Like it is explained that when Krishna breathes, there are so many universes he will exhale in his swasa, in his one breath. And if he leaves that swasa, that breath, then so many planetary systems will evolve. So like this, there are the innumerable planets of universes are there. And this is just only a 1/3 of spiritual planet. It is told only it is a reflection of spiritual planet. And the spiritual planet, it is 3/4. It is 3/4 of the creation of the God. And the topmost loka is Goloka. Topmost loka in Vaikuntha planets, it is called Goloka. All the spiritual planets are called Vaikuntha. In Vaikuntha there are so many planetary systems. In material world itself we cannot just imagine. But just see, we have to penetrate through this, and each layer, each stalk is 10 times bigger than the other in material world. 10 times bigger than the other. Just imagine just in the earthly planet, the whole world is so big, and geographically you can just imagine how many kilometers are there. But just see, it is only a whole, one part of the world. And if you just imagine the earthly planet, the whole earthly planet, there are so many places are there. And like this, there are 14 planets. And like this, these 14 planets are called one universe. And and like this there are so many universes. And these are the material planets. Among these material planets, the size is only 1/3, just 1/3 of the spiritual planet, and it is only a reflection of the spiritual planet. That is why I am repeating, because this is very difficult to understand all these things. All the other things we can just have a look from, search it in Google, or you can find it out. But all these things are very difficult to understand. You have to read, study, and hear Shravanam from the great devotees, like the already devotees. So this is only material plan, and when you pierce this material plan, then you can enter into the Kailash, and then from Kailash you have to pierce again and go to, there is a Virasa river is there. Virasa river, that is, this river is in between the spiritual planet and the material planet. It is in between these two planets. So you have to cross this, and the soul has to cross this, and it has to pierce from this by leaving this, the entire material paraphernalia, whatever we have, that mind, that is soul, this subtle body, mind, ego, intelligence. Even if you have a small pinch of this, you cannot go to the Vaikuntha planets. When the soul pierces from this material world, that is I mean to say is, one stock, that means one planet is 10 times more than the other planets, other stock. So you have to pierce these material planets, and you have to go to the Kailash, and then you have to go to the Virasa river. Then you have to cross that, and then then only you can cross Vaikuntha Loka. And among Vaikuntha Loka, there are so many planetary systems, so many planets. Like Ayodhya planet is there, Varaha planet is there, Buddha planet is there. Narasimha planet is there, and Balaram is there, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu planet is there, Loka is there. So many lokas are there. Among this, the top is the Goloka Vrindavan, where Krishna resides. That's what Brahma says. Goloka namni nijadamni. Goloka namni nijadamni. Goloka namni nijadamni. That's where the Krishna really stays there. Really, that is the abode of Krishna. So that is so to go there are so many things we have to do sadhana. So that is in Kali Yuga, it is very, very easy to go there. Very easy process. Just hear about Krishna, chant Krishna's names, follow sadhana, do your sadhana every day, read Shastras, go on preaching. So it's very easy to go to Goloka Vrindavan, because spiritual creation is 3/4 of the Lord, 3/4 creation of the Lord. That is, after finishing of the material universe, there is a covering of the universe, that is called Mahatattva, stock matter. So you have to penetrate through this stock material. Each layer of the stock is 10 times more than the other, as I told you, no? And in spiritual planets also, I forgot to tell you, there are 3 times more than the other universes in spiritual planet also. So here, one more sloka I want to tell you, I want to recite Ekamso Sthito Dvika. That means Krishna will be there in Goloka Vrindavan and Vaikuntha planets, and also he will also be in the heart of every living entity as Paramatma. So that cannot be done by any other ordinary living entity, because a Prime Minister can be there. Example, a Prime Minister is there in India, but he cannot be there in America also. He has to go there, he has to travel there. He cannot be in both the sides. He cannot expand himself, or he cannot do any other miracle things. He has to go there, he has to take a flight, or he has to go there. So like that, but in Krishna's case, it is not the case in the case of Krishna. Krishna can be everywhere. He can be there in Goloka, he can be here in Paramatma also. So, and also it is explained that Avajananti Mamuda, but the ordinary people cannot understand Krishna as told as told by Krishna in Gita, 9th chapter, 11th verse, the Abhajananti Ma Muda, the Mudas cannot understand Krishna because Mudas are atheists, they are aparadis. Krishna's aparadis. You cannot make them understand because they have to become a devotee, then only we can make them understand. They think that Krishna is also an ordinary person like us. And also Govinda, Govinda means Ananda Chinmaya Rasa Pratibhavita. That means in spiritual world is Ananda Chinmaya. That means he will be all, Chinmaya means spiritual bliss. He will be always in spiritual bliss. Not like in material world. Material world today we will be very, very happy. And the next moment we will be sad. Not like that. You can always be bliss. It is always filled with bliss. Anandamayo Bhashyat. It is always filled with spiritual bliss, happiness, satisfaction. Everything will be there in spiritual world. Not even a pinch of sorrowness or sadness or depression, stress, all those things will not be there at all in spiritual world. It is Ananda Chinmaya Rasa Pratibhavita. Always it is filled with this happiness only, spiritual bliss. Chinmaya also means continuously going on. Continuously going on. Happiness is continuously going on. Not even a moment you can become a sad there. It is always continuously going on. No fed up there. No monotony there. No fed up. Like Sahajas, they accept material bliss as a spiritual bliss. That is why you should always follow the Shastras. In 17th chapter it is said by Krishna. Yes, Shastra Vidim, you have to take from Shastra Chakshu. So you have to see Chakshu, Shastra, you have to read Shastras. So the purification happens when there is no influence by material nature. That is why it is called Gudakesa. Gudakesa means no material influence. Always he can control the senses and he can always remember Krishna. He can always glorify Krishna. He can always recite the Shastras verses. Because in Chaitanya Charitamrita it is mentioned that Krishnera Surya Saman Mayare Handhyakar. Yaha Krishna Nahi Maya. So wherever Krishna is there, there will be always light. Wherever Maya is there, there will be always darkness. Wherever Krishna is accompanied by you, then there is no sadness at all. There is no sadness at all. When there is Maya, then you have to accompany with darkness or sadness. Because to surpass Maya, Deiviyesha Gunamayi Mama Maya, 7:14 Gita. Deiviyesha Gunamayi Mama Maya Durataya. That means you have to, only if you surrender to Krishna, then you can surpass this material world. You can surpass this Maya. Or you can subdue Maya. In Sloka 25th it is said that in the presence of Bhishma, Drona and other great personalities, the Lord said, please, my dear Arjuna, just behold the army, the opposition army, who all the Kurus have gathered in here, assembled here. So, because as the super soul, as I told you, Krishna will be Akila Ekamsa Sthito Jagat, means he will be there in Goloka, he will hear in Paramatma, as Paramatma is the heart of everyone in all living entities. So he knows as a super soul what is going to happen, what's not going to happen, and when it is going to happen, everything he knows. He is called a Trikalagna. So the use of the word Rishikesa in this connection indicates that he knew everything. And he also the word Partha means the son of Kunti, Krishna's aunt. So it is also similarly significant in reference to Arjuna. As friend, he wanted to inform Arjuna that because Arjuna was the son of Pruta, the sister of his own father Vasudeva, he had agreed to do whatever they said. As I discussed in the earlier sloka, that the great devotees, Krishna will be ready to do any service to the great devotees like Arjuna, and devotees like Arjuna are ready to do any service to Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you very much. So please chant Hare Krishna mantra. This is very special month, as I given in my previous videos in Kannada, Tamil, and so many other sessions. This Kartik Masa is very, very special. Whoever offers Deepadan or offers lamb to Yashoda Damodar picture, definitely all their sins which has done in millions and millions of births will be burnt into ashes. This is not my own statement. It is stated in Harivamsa Vilasa, and also in other Puranas it is mentioned that the Damodara Masa is very, very special month. And in this month, Krishna has performed so many pastimes like killing Narakasura and lifting Govardhana hill and appearance of Radhakund, that is called Gopastami, and so many pastimes like this it has happened. So once the Damodara gets pleased, even in Shastras it is mentioned that, I think it is in Chaitanya Charitamrita or some Purana, I forgot that which Purana it is. It is said that when Satyabhama was having a association with Krishna, when